1959. It all started to click, and what a year it was.
We were just trying to survive going into our junior year, and we were ranked, I think, to come in last in the league, but I don't think anyone felt that we were going to be last. I don't think anyone really had delusions that we were going to be first. We were just trying to survive and get the kids on the field and play football, and so illusions at that time was more of survival than of winning or losing.
Washington, with what they call their swing tee, unbalanced to the right-hand side, end and halfback split. The ball is down on the Idaho 25. No score in the ball game. 11:29 left to play in the first quarter. There's your swing. Touchdown. 3rd and 10 for Utah on the white shirts. Their end split. The rollout for Knopfsinger. Intercepted. Myers. Touchdown. 2nd and 14 on the Husky 29-yard line in the second period. Washington leading 21-6. The end is blank. He has plenty of time. Beautiful run. Billy Howard and Mont Bailey put the stop on Don Makita. 52-yard play. 19 yards on the last play. This drive started on the 50. They've run 4 plays. Here's Fleming. With some excellent blocking down to the 5-yard line. End and halfback flank to the left-hand side for the Huskies. And that's Fleming in motion. Here's the reverse. Florette looking, firing down there. There's the looper pass. It is good. Complete to the 41-yard line to Fulkins. The looper pass. 3 out of 15 of the pass department for the Huskies. They take over 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line. Here's Florette. He's looking for the big one. There's the alley-ooper down there. That's Makita. Down to the Oregon State 28-yard line. Sanchez made the tackle on him. 2 for 5 in the pass department. And in halfback flank. Fleming in motion. Here's Florette. Out of bounds at the Cougar 33-yard line. Driven out by Harper.
After a convincing 20-0 win over Washington State, the Huskies were Rose Bowl bound. An amazing time in Husky history. Husky hysteria was at its peak.
Big Jim gets the big ride for the final time this season.
Have you guys discussed the Rose Bowl much or at all?
Well, it's always back in some of the guys' mind, but we wanted to beat the Cougars, and we had this game in mind, and we played it one at a time. And Rose Bowl's good right now after the game, but before the game it was all Cougars.
Right. Don and Bob, congratulations.
Thank you
for a
very
terrific game. You're a bunch of All-Americans, a whole bunch of you as far as we're concerned. Thank you very much.
I don't believe I've ever felt this good in my life. We've had some real fortunate things happen to me, but nothing like today.
We were like a bunch of country kids going to the big city, and it was Cinderella time. And we got down there, and we were just happy to be there. And of course, we were made underdogs immediately by the Big Ten by 14 points or something like that again.
How do you measure it? I mean, it's a fantasy that you just don't think is ever possible. And all of a sudden, it's right in front of us. We had the reality of it.
Gillette Cavalcade of Sports presentation.
Hello there, everybody. During this program, you're going to hear about a new safety razor blade, the Gillette Super Blue Blade. And believe me, here's the one time the word sensational is really needed to describe a new product. Now, those who've used the new Super Blue Blade go all out in saying it's just about the greatest advance ever made in shaving ease and comfort. This great new Super Blue Blade fits all Gillette razors, of course, and as you know, there are more Gillette razors in use today throughout the world than all others combined. Naturally, the name Gillette, friends, has always meant top quality in shaving. But this new Super Blue Blade delivers the degree of shaving satisfaction you never dreamed possible. I can truly say that you actually have to experience it to really believe it. You'll find the new Gillette Super Blue Blade in most stores right now. So take a tip from old Mel and try it, will you? You'll hear more about it during the game.
dig this new Gillette. It's the razor that you quickly set for your beard, your skin. It's up to you. It's adjustable and man, it's new, brand new.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lee Giroux wishing you a Happy New Year on behalf of our host, the Gillette Safety Razor Company. Today's Rose Bowl game is the first 1960 spectacular on Gillette's continuous cavalcade of sports. Throughout the year, we bring you other outstanding events, such as this month's All-Star Bowling Championships, the Kentucky Derby, the All-Star Baseball Game, the World Series, the World's Invitational Match Game Bowling Championships, the Blue-Gray Football Game, and the feature fight of the week every Friday night. This is Gillette's way of thanking you for using our products. Down in the field is the Wisconsin Marching Band, 145 strong. Over 100,000 persons in attendance today to see the first meeting between these two teams, the Washington Huskies, who throughout the season won 9 games, lost 1. That loss to the University of Southern California. They have appeared twice in the Rose Bowl. In 1924, they tied Navy 14-14. In 1926, they lost to Alabama 20-19. This is their first appearance in 23 years. The Wisconsin Badgers won 7 and lost 2 this year. Here's the lineup for Washington. Lee Falkins, the left end, number 83, 6'5", 195, a junior from Seattle. The left tackle is Kurt Geigner, 6'2", 205, a junior from Seattle. He's number 76. The left guard, Chuck Allen, number 66, 6'1", 205, a junior from Cle Elum, Washington. Starting at center will be Roy McCassin, number 55, 6 feet, 195, a junior from Tacoma, Washington. The right guard will be number 75, Bill Canoon, 6'2", 215, a junior from Everett, Washington. The right tackle, Barry Bullard, 6'4", 225, a junior from Coos Bay, Oregon. And the right end, number 89, Johnny Myers, 6'5", 225, a sophomore from Richland, Washington. The quarterback, number 15, All-American Bob Schlorett, co-captain for today, 6 feet, 190, a senior from Gresham, Oregon. The left halfback will be George Fleming, 5'11", 180, a junior from Dallas, Texas. The right halfback, number 36, Don Makita, 5'10", 190, a junior from Robertdale, Pennsylvania, the other captain for the Huskies. The fullback, number 35, Ray Jackson, 5'9", 180, a junior from Waco, Texas. And the coach, a sensational young man, just 32 years of age, a former All-American from Oklahoma, Jim Owens. Starting for Wisconsin, the left end, number 85, Alan Schoonover, 6'1", 209, a senior from Boscobel, Wisconsin. On the left side, the tackle will be number 73, Dan Lanphier, 6'3", 222, a senior from Madison, Wisconsin. The guard on the left side, number 64, Roland Perkins, 5'10", 225, a junior. His home, Racine, Wisconsin. In the center of the line, number 70, Bob Nelson, 6'5", 234, a senior from Oak Park, Illinois. On the right side, the guard, Jerry Stolkup, 6 feet, 217, a senior from Rockford, Illinois. The tackle on that side, number 65, James Heineke, 6 feet, 227, a senior from Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. Number 89, Henry Derleith, the right end, 6'3", 215, a junior. His home, Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. The quarterback, sensational Dale Hackbart, number 28, 6'3", 200, a senior from Madison, Wisconsin. The left halfback, Bill Hobbs, 5'8", 185, a senior from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. The right halfback will be number 44, Ed Hart, 5'10", 199, a senior. His home is Kenosha, Wisconsin. The wingback, number 34, and co-captain Ed Zeman, 6'1", 203, a senior from Wheaton, Illinois. And the coach will be, in his 4th year, Milton Brune, a former sensational player at the University of Minnesota. Down in the field are the masked bands, both the Wisconsin and the Washington Husky bands. And in just a moment, we'll hear the national anthem. By the way, I started to tell you that the Badgers won 7 and lost 2 this year. Their 2 losses were to Purdue and Illinois. They are the undisputed Big Ten champion, the Badgers. They were here in the Rose Bowl in 1953, their only bowl appearance in any place. They lost the game to USC by a score of 7-0, USC being the University of Southern California. By the way, that's the only loss to the Pacific Coast Conference since the pact was signed between the Big Ten and the PCC. Today, the Badgers are favored by 6.5 points for the Big Ten to continue their domination here. This, by the way, this Washington Husky team will be the last representative of the Pacific Coast Conference, per se. Today on your screen, as Mel Allen describes the play-by-play for you, you'll find the dark jerseys will be worn by Wisconsin. They had their choice of jerseys. They chose to wear their own red jerseys with their white numerals. Washington, of course, had to choose a contrasting color, could not wear their typical purple, so they are wearing white jerseys with blue numbers. Our national anthem.
The University of Wisconsin and Washington, conducted by Red Bull of Wisconsin, play our national anthem. Let us all join in singing.
Now here with play-by-play, description of the 46th Annual Rose Bowl is one of America's best-known sportcasters, Mel Allen.
Thank you, Lee Giroux. Hello there, everybody. The Washington Huskies and the Wisconsin Badgers come right on field. And in a moment, we'll have the toss of the coin. We'll have the captains going to the center of the field. Washington with a record of 9-1, and Wisconsin with a record of 7-2. Meeting in the granddaddy of all the bowls. The referee, whose voice you will hear in a moment, is Don Hamilton of the Big Ten, the umpire Tony Amato of the Pacific Coast, head linesman George Spain of the Big Ten, field judge Wallace Marks of the Big Ten, and the back judge Everett Bannister of the Pacific Coast Conference. And you see walking out the Badger captains, number 34 is Bob Zeman, and number 60 is Jerry Stalcup. And coming out to meet them are the 2 Washington captains, Bob Schlorett, number 15, and number 36, Don Makita. And so, as they walk to the center of the field, we switch you to the center of the field, and you'll hear the voice of the referee, Don Hamilton.
This is Mr. Donald Makita.
Don, how are you? Nice to meet
Bob
you.
Schlorett.
Nice to meet you, Bob. Bob Schlorett and Don Makita meet Captain Bob Zeman and Captain Jerry Stalcup of Wisconsin. Now, boys, if you turn and face this way, please, right here beside me, I'd like to introduce the other officials to you. Starting from your left, the head linesman, Mr. George Spain, the back judge, Mr. Everett Bannister, the umpire, Mr. Tony Amato, and the field judge, Dr. Walter Marks. Now, boys, if you'll turn and face the press box for the toss of the coin.
Bob, you represent Washington, the visiting team today. Would you call the coin, please? Okay. This is heads and this is tails. Please call it in the air.
Tails.
Tails. It is heads. Wisconsin has won the toss. You have your choice of kicking, receiving, or of defending either goal. Once you make your choice, you cannot change it. What is your choice?
We'll defend this goal.
You will defend the north goal. Would you please reverse yourselves? Over here, please. Now, Bob, you know at the beginning of the second half, you have the choice of the three. You are going to defend the south goal. Do you want to kick or receive? You will receive. Washington will kick from the north goal. Washington will receive at the south goal. Boys, good luck to both teams. We'll be starting very shortly. All right.
Wisconsin will kick off. Washington will receive in a few minutes now. The referee's whistle will sound and the Rose Bowl game will get underway.
Here's Quentin Reynolds, world-famous reporter and author.
I've really got news for you. I'm here to give you a report on the slickest shave I ever got in my life. It's all due to this wonderful new Gillette Super Blue Blade. They tell me that this blade is the result of years and years of research, and I can well believe it. Because with this blade, you scarcely know you're shaving. As a matter of fact, easy does it. Your razor all but floats across your face with this new Gillette Super Blue Blade. It's especially made for men like me with tough beards or tender skin. But you men with average skin and beard can expect comfort like you've never had before. But you really have to try it yourself to appreciate what I mean.
Yes, give the Super Blue Blade a try. You're in for a new shaving experience with a Gillette adjustable razor, $1.95, or a dispenser of 10, 69 cents.
Receiving is the Washington team. Up front, Chuck Allen, Kurt Gagner, Roy McCassin, Barry Bullard, Bill Canoon, Lee Folkens, Johnny Myers, Bob Schlorett, with the deep men Don Makita, George Fleming, and Ray Jackson. Wisconsin kicking off along the line. Hank DeLeaf, Ron Steiner, Dan Lanfear, Ron Perkins, Bob Altman, Jerry Stalker, Bob Nelson, Jim Heineke, Bob Zeman, Al Schoonover, and Jim Bakken. Number 21 will kick off for Wisconsin. Jackson, Fleming, and Makita are the deep men who are all set in the granddaddy of all the balls. Going down to the 8-yard line, taken by George Fleming. He runs it back nicely through the 30 and up to about the 35, a fumble, and it's recovered by the Washington Huskies. Bakken was in there to make the tackle. Don Makita made the recovery for the Huskies, and it is Washington's ball, 1st and 10. And as the ball is spotted on their own 36-yard line. He's a flanker far out to the right off of a wing tee, and Schlorett's handoff is to the fullback, Ray Jackson. He's stopped in there by Dan Lanfear and Ron Perkins. Lanfear, left tackle on defense, and Ron Perkins, the middle guard. The forward progress of the ball was to the 39-yard line, a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. For the Huskies. Bob Schlorett, All-American quarterback, number 15. Lee Falkins, flanks to the left, or the end split to the left. And on the play that developed, the Wisconsin Badgers stopped the running play. No gain on the play as Ray Jackson, the fullback, carried. So it is 3rd and 7 still for Washington on their own 39. Ron Perkins made the tackle. Lee Falkins, the end, will go right or left. Schlorett, who rolls out beautifully, decides to keep and go, and he's to the 45 and hit and down short of midfield, about the 47 or 8. Ray Jackson threw a beautiful block in there, the fullback, number 35, and it was Bob Schlorett of Oregon who carried and picked up the first down with the left corner man for Wisconsin, Bob Zeman, making the tackle. And it is a first down for Washington, 1st and 10. On their own 47. Lee Falkins, the end, is in tight this time and off of a wing tee. There goes the left halfback, George Fleming from Dallas, Texas, their fastest back, 21-year-old junior. And by the way, Washington is starting all juniors but one. That's a sophomore. Hank DeLeith and Dan Lanfear made the tackles. The ball is now on the Wisconsin almost 48-yard line. So we'll call it about 2nd and 5. Falcon splits out to the left. And Schloret's trying to get away, but they catch him for a loss. Back to the Washington 43-yard line. Alan Schoonover, who plays offensive left end but defensive right end, number 85, caught Bob Schloret, who tried to roll out and throw the ball. And the ball's on the 40, as we check now, 44-yard line, and they lost yardage of 8 yards, 3rd and 13. Always watch number 83, Falcons, coming out of the huddle. You'll see the side to which the wingback will go. A rollout by Schloret to the 46-yard line. All-America Dan Lanfear of Wisconsin made the stop. The ball is on the 46, so it is 4th and 11. And so Washington is stopped by the Badgers, and they will go into punt formation with Bob Schloret getting the kick away from about his own 38. The ball bounds down and is picked up at about the 12. Out of bounds at that point, a tremendous boot. And so Wisconsin takes over for its first series on offense. 1st and 10 on just about their own 12-yard line, a 42-yard kick. Both of these teams operate in the same pattern. They operate off the wing tee with variations. Both are very good on defense. The Badgers' forward wall is tremendous. The Huskies' forward wall, they may be outweighed. They have greater agility to some extent and perhaps a little more speed, and they have pretty good pass defense. Now we'll watch the Badgers. 1st and 10 to their own 12. Dale Hackbart, the All-America quarterback, who's in good physical condition for the first time this year after a knee injury. Splits the left end out, has a slot back. And he gives the ball to Billy Hobbs, his left halfback on the slant, coming up to about the 15 with Ray Jackson, the left end for Washington. Ray Jackson at his defensive left end. He's an offensive fullback, but if you'll watch him, number 35, he'll play a defensive left end with Chuck Allen playing the right linebacker spot. So it is now Wisconsin's ball, 2nd and 7. Slot back with the left end split out just a bit. And this time they give it to Ed Hart, the fullback, as he cracks off the right side of the Washington line. Picked up a couple of yards or so as he was stopped by Kurt Gegner, a great tackle who came over from Germany and learned how to play football, and the left linebacker, Roy McCassin. The ball is on the 19-yard line. He gained on the play, and so it is 3rd down and about 4. Dale Hackbart directing Billy Hobbs, Ed Hart, and Bob Zeman. Zeman's the wing back or the slot back in this particular setup. And a keep by Hackbart. After a fake, he decides to run with it, and he's hit at about the 21-yard line by Lee Falcons, tall right end for Washington. Falcons, who plays an offensive left end, plays defensive right end, number 83. You'll watch Dale Hackbart roll out quite a lot and run with that ball. It's on the 20, and so it is 4th down and about 2 for Wisconsin on their own 20. George Fleming, number 25, drops back in single safety for Washington. Dale Hackbart will boot it for Wisconsin. He's standing on about his 8, will get the kick away from about his 10. No score first period, some 10 minutes and a half yet to go. A low line drive type kick taken on the 38, fumbled by Fleming, comes to the 40, tries to cut to the sideline, down the sideline, but he's out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark the spot. At about midfield, Lee Falcons threw a nice block in there for him, and the tackle, Billy Hobbs, for Wisconsin, ran him out. Ed Hart comes out of the backfield, and replacing him is Bob Altman, a maneuver that Milt Brune indulges frequently for better pass defense. Washington's ball, 1st and 10 on the Wisconsin 48. A pitch now. Joe Jones is in there, fullback. let's check that and see who carried the ball. Don Makita it was, number 36, who carried. Bob Nelson, the left linebacker, made the stop. And he moved to the 45-yard line, a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for Washington. Bob Schlorett directing Fleming, Jackson, and Makita. Here's Falkins coming out, splitting wide to the left, almost a lonely end. And after a series of fakes, the ball is carried by fullback Ray Jackson, but the alert Badger line spotted the play, stopped him at about the line of scrimmage with All-America Dan Lanphier, number 73. Keep your eye on him, spearheading the defensive play with others of the Badgers helping out. So it is 3rd down and about 7, perhaps 6.5 for Washington in Wisconsin territory on the Badgers' 45 approximately. Falkins comes out. The wingback comes out with him. And Schlorett's rolling out to the right. He gets a block from Makita and goes to about the 40-yard line. Followed his fullback through. And Hank DeLeith, the left end, made a tremendous tackle on the play. Kurt Gegner, the left tackle for Washington, also pulled out and helped lead the play along with the fullback. Bill Canoon, the right guard, also helped out on the play offensively. The ball is on the 39-yard line of Wisconsin. A gain of 6 yards. It is 4th down and about 1. So here's a big play now for the Washington Huskies against the Badgers. No score first period, about 8.5 minutes to go. Lee Falkins goes out to the right, and Fleming, the left halfback, is the slot back, and there is Schlorett keeping and going for a first down. As he crossed the 35 of the Badgers, stopped by Jerry Stalkup, great guard, and plays the right linebacker spot, and Dan Lanphier. And it's a first down for the Washington Huskies from the northwest on the Badgers' 34-yard line. Falkins comes out to the left, and the wingback to this side. And the ball goes to Fleming, the left halfback, who was running from a right halfback position. He didn't get far, and that's an innovation that Jim Owens put in for this ball game. Fleming always ran from left half, but he switched his halfbacks, not on every play, but on some series. The tackle was made by Jim Heineke and Alan Schoonover for Wisconsin. The ball is on the 34-yard line. No gain, 2nd and 10 for Wisconsin. Check that, for Washington on Wisconsin's 34. Falkins now is an end over and unbalanced, strong to the right, and the pitch goes to the fullback Jackson, but he gets nowhere with Bob Altman, who had replaced the fullback Ed Hart, playing the right corner spot. Spotted that play beautifully and stopped him for a 1-yard gain, so it's 3rd and 9 for the Huskies on the Wisconsin 33. Schoonover, Lanphier, Perkins, Nelson, Stalkup, Heineke, and DeLeith along the line for the Badgers. Falkins again out of that huddle and a lonely end out to the right. And here's Schlorett rolling out a quick pass to Jackson across the 30 and out of bounds and around the 28-yard line. It's a swing pass to the fullback with the right corner man, Bob Altman, meeting him head on, number 46. Ray Jackson from Waco, Texas, a 23-year-old junior. The ball's on the 26. Picked up 7 yards on the play, so it's 4th and 2. Now the big play for the Huskies once again. They made it before. Can they make it now against the strong Badger forward ball? Lee Falkins out to the right. And a keep by Schlorett. He's rolling out, and did he make it? He's out of bounds, and I don't know whether he made it or not. He crossed the 25. And an official timeout at this point. 2 yards were needed. They had to get to the about the 24, perhaps the 23. And so they're going to measure to see whether or not Washington picked up this important first down. So you look as we watch and see whether the Badgers stopped them or whether the Huskies made it. They made it. First down, Washington. And now a substitution. Bill Canoon out and Jim.
As sure as I'm Art Linkletter, you can relieve your youngster's cough or your own with Thorexin, the guided cough medicine. Yes, guided right to the spot where coughing is controlled. Watch. Doctors know that coughing is not controlled in the throat. Your throat merely follows orders from the cough control center. Ordinary cough syrups don't even touch the cough center. Until now, only cough medicines with narcotics could depress the cough center. But narcotics may leave undesirable side effects. Instead of narcotics, Thorexin contains dimethorphan. Thorexin soothes your throat and then speeds through your bloodstream directly to the cough control center. Thorexin relieves coughing like aspirin relieves headaches. Fast, sure, safe for the whole family. So, you get Thorexin, the guided cough medicine developed by Gillette Laboratories.
The first period, Washington picked up a first down on the Wisconsin 23. Jim Skaggs in at right guard for Bill Canoon for Washington. And the Huskies, driving against the Badgers, have moved from their own 48. Falkins leads them out in tight. Slot back to the right. And it's Fleming in motion. And a keep by Slorett on a beautiful fake, and he's running. He's to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and down on about the 5. Bob Slorett on a great rollout and run, and tackled by Billy Hobbs. With Johnny Myers throwing a key block for him, the right end downfield. And the ball is spotted by Don Hamilton on the 6. A 17-yard run on a rollout by All-America Bob Slorett, who had an injury to one eye when he was a kid, and only about 10% visibility in one eye. So it's a first down on the 6. And we'll watch the Badgers. And here is Don Makita going to the outside, and he's over. Don Makita of Robertsdale, Pennsylvania, went to junior college out here on the West Coast. On a beautiful slant off tackle, as you saw, he broke to the outside and got a good block from the quarterback, Bob Slorett, who pitched to him, who blocked out Alan Schoonover. And on a 52-yard drive approximately, the Washington Huskies have scored with about 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first period. Now the try for Ploy. Bob Slorett will hold and George Fleming will kick. It is good. The score, 7-0 in favor of Washington. Now there's a timeout. The score, Washington 7, Wisconsin nothing.
7-8-9. That finishes the beast.
Let's celebrate.
7-8-9. That reminds me, it's time to shave.
Time to shave? Dear, it's overtime.
Just twist that dial and you're all set with the adjustable razor by Gillette. For shave so easy, fast and clean. So try it and see what we mean.
Yes, try it. And today with the adjustable razor, you get Gillette's latest and possibly its greatest achievement, the Super Blue Blade. This blade glides across your face without effort, so smoothly and so comfortably you find it hard to believe you're shaving. The adjustable razors, Super Blue Blades, and streamlined travel case cost $1.95.
country by UPI and Associated Press, and a #1 ranking by the Helms Foundation. The only Husky team to be voted #1 after a season.